and Sal Rinauro, who does recognize talent, one of the few assets Sal does bring to the table. I guess, I've not been told otherwise, I guess we have now turned this into a three-way matchup. I mean, Salvatore Rinauro and Ray Gordy were one-time colleagues. Now, those days are long since gone. One of the best career moves that Ray Gordy ever made. And I think Matt Sydal and Jimmy Rave have shared a few unkind words in their travels in the eastern United States of late, so there is a bit of a foundation of hatred between these athletes here, but unfortunately for Gordy and Sydal, and they were planning a one-on-one matchup, and now Jimmy Rave is part of the equation. That pretty much throws all that preparation out the door, I would think.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this changes the strategy.
Well, with an elimination stipulation added, that's definitely makes it more interesting. Crowd's commenting on the employment status of Jimmy Rave and some other organization. I'm a little out of the loop there. Maybe I should stay that way.
Please.
Ignorance is a good thing. I've been living on that for years. But apparently it is Jimmy Rave, Ray Gordy, and Matt Sydal. Three-way action at Wildside's last rites.
And Jimmy Rave, the odd man out in this matchup, getting things started here.
Well, that certainly brought the point home. At the expense, perhaps, of the ribcage of Jimmy Rave, as now Matt Sydal and Ray Gordy can finally pay attention to each other here. This is Ray Gordy's first matchup without any affiliation with Al Getz.
We know he quit Al Getz Enterprises on the spot in his last title defense.
Yeah, by clocking Al in the attempt.
Sick of Getz interfering, as Rain Man was at F.G. Bailey's. It was very interesting to see that happen at the same time, but it did. And now Ray Gordy, a man on his own here, but certainly no stranger to that, and is probably better suited, actually, at this point. He's learned a lot of lessons since he's been here in Wildside. He has learned all that probably Al Getz can teach him at this point. He's the son of one of the greatest wrestlers to ever step foot inside the ring. He's got the tools. Now we'll see Ray Gordy and where he goes after Wildside. But that is in the future. Tonight, Matt Sydal exploded onto the scene here in Wildside out of St. Louis, Missouri, and has proven himself not only here in Wildside, but all over the country to be one of the top junior heavyweights in the world. He's gone toe-to-toe with AJ Styles at matches with every quote-unquote independent sensation that you can name, and he's come out on top on many of those occasions. Matt Sydal, a lot of people call him the second coming of AJ Styles, and that could be very true. Let's see how he does here tonight against these two competitors.
Boy, Sydal now opening up on Rave. Rave responding in kind, right on the head of Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal's been damaged goods here this evening, getting his right knee really banged up in a major way at a recent match over at our friends over at IWA Mid-South. But boy, sure didn't stop Sydal from delivering a drop kick right on the money.
Rave outside of the ring, runs right into Gordy.
And Rave is trying to get some cooperation from Ray Gordy.
Thinking about clocking him, Sydal going for the big dive.
And Matt Sydal not a big fan of cooperation at this moment.
Sydal off the ropes, right, catches him with a power slam, hook of the leg, 2 count, kick out. You know, and despite the fact that Jimmy Rave's attitude has really gone south over the last couple of years here in Wildside, one cannot also deny his contributions to the company and the legacy that he leaves behind as a major player in NWA Wildside. At one time, one of the most popular athletes we ever had. Debuted as an unknown here in NWA Wildside. This was his launching pad, and he grew over the years. We got to see this guy literally grow up and mature as a wrestler before our eyes. And Gordy and Sydal with stereo drop kicks on the Rave. 2 count.
And it looks like Ray Gordy was letting Matt Sydal do the work here, perhaps getting rid of Jimmy Rave in the attempt.
Sure, Gordy realizes that he doesn't have to pin Ray for him to be eliminated. Sydal eliminates him, that's just fine. It's less work he's got to do.
So no one's ever accused Ray Gordy of being stupid. And some odd career choices along the line, but Ray Gordy's can live to tell. Jimmy Rave is not going to be telling any tales that are recent. At the rate he's going, looks like the dental work has just been shoved to the back of his throat. Matt Sydal trying to get Salvatore Rinauro out of the situation. Best of luck. We've been trying to get rid of Salvatore Rinauro for years. It just, nothing we do works. Nothing.
Little cockroach stuck around to the end.
Cockroaches will live around long after we're gone. One of the strangest chants I've ever heard in a wrestling arena. As Rave now opening up in the back of Rave Gordy. Jimmy Rave covering Gordy.
2 count, of course, you know, talking about the legacy that Jimmy Rave leaves behind. Talk about his run with the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Originally the longest reigning champion of all time. Before Fast Eddie broke that record. There's a snap suplex, lateral press, 2 count only by Rave.
Jimmy Rave has gone through some major maturing processes out in the last couple of years. At one time, gets one of their, you mentioned a rather popular junior heavyweight here at NWA WILDSIDE. But I mean, what he's learned since then, I mean, the art of mat wrestling, the maturing factor, the wide variety of moves and tactics and strategies, all within the ability to bring Rave, boy, and Matt Sydal with some ability of his own, rolling up Rave, but Rave able to get out of that predicament. The element of surprise, I think, is going to be key in this 3-way matchup.
Into the far corner goes Rave. Showing the pain on his face as he rolls to the outside for a little bit of a break. Sydal continuing to get the job done in the ring.
And going after the hamstring of Ray Gordy. Perhaps a good focus, but keeping Ray Gordy off his feet will perhaps would keep Matt Sydal's own leg predicament from biting him in the butt, as Ray Gordy would be too consumed with his own leg pain to deal with someone else's. One of many strategies that I'm sure we'll be seeing Matt Sydal dust off in this 3-way elimination matchup.
Spinning toe hold there by Matt Sydal. Of course, we've seen that here in the arena before. But one of the originators, one of the legends, Dory Funk Jr., we remember when he applied that on Jeff G. Bailey here in the NWA arena. Now Jimmy Rave doing his part here. Both men doing a number on Gordy here. And now Rinauro using the leverage for the assist, holding the arms of Rave.
These 3 incredible athletes locked in the heat of battle. A lot of emotion going on parade here this evening. Not just merely because it's NWA WILDSIDE's final show, but because this may be the last opportunity a lot of these athletes will have to take a piece of the hide out of each other.
Back suplex by Sydal. Standing moonsault and beautifully executed, 2 count only.
One of the most gifted athletes on the boards these days, that is Matt Sydal, in demand throughout the eastern United States. And Jimmy Rave is realizing firsthand what a potent competitor Matt Sydal is.
Sydal charges, back elbow to the face. Head scissors takeover, seamless and out of nowhere. The agility of Matt Sydal, hook of the leg, 2 count. Jimmy Rave hangs on in this match.
You can tell that knee of Matt Sydal's really beginning to hurt. Which unfortunately, I mean, every professional athlete, certainly all the great athletes in the NWA WILDSIDE locker room are all working hurt. The day you start working professional wrestling, you're wrestling hurt. No other way around it.
Well, this sport just takes a toll on your body. Back elbow by Gordy. Now, there's no off-season in pro wrestling. It's not like other sports where you get that time to rest. You get a few months off to take a breather to rehabilitate. It's all the time. It's 365 days a year. These guys are on the road, going to wrestling shows all over the country, not just here in WILDSIDE. And the fact of the matter is their body gets banged up.
Ooh, not nearly as banged up as Matt Sydal is getting banged up by Ray Gordy. And Jimmy Rave taking Ray Gordy's work and trying to zoom in on Matt Sydal. That's rather enterprising on the part of Rave. It's a Salvatore Rinauro straight going back, years. Jimmy Rave lecturing some members of the crowd here at the NWA Arena. We are standing room only. If we had rafters, they'd be hanging from them.
Pair of chops by Jimmy Rave, putting the boots to Sydal in the corner. Snapmare takeover, knee to the back.
Rave ripping at the mouth of Matt Sydal, rather uncharacteristic even with the wide variety of Jimmy Rave's moves these days. Rave is beginning to lose his focus. That might be something that would come back and bite him on the proverbial butt if he's not careful, particularly with a talent like Matt Sydal in the ring. Unbeknownst to Jimmy Rave, Ray Gordy's making his way back into the ring. I think Rave knows that Ray Gordy has made his way into the ring.
Enziguri to the back of the head, collapsing that. Now all three men down, feeling the effects of this hard-fought match. Gordy's got the reverse waist lock. Reversal by Rave, off the ropes he goes.
Gordy tried hanging on. Didn't work, too much power. Good heavens, Rave hits hard on the floor of the NWA arena. Not exactly a sterile one, last I checked.
Gordy, an inadvertent tope suicida.
Guess he didn't know he was going to be involved in that. And all Matt Sydal had to do was get out of the way. And Matt Sydal, even in his present state, oh, that, beautiful, beautiful.
Amazing moonsault to the floor by Sydal.
If it wasn't so devastating, I'd actually call it poetic. Don't think the poetic adjective is what Jimmy Rave and Ray Gordy are envisioning at the moment. With that high-risk move, Matt Sydal could perhaps be paying the price. And both Sydal and Gordy risk getting counted out here, which would be quite a coup for Jimmy Rave, being the latest entrance in this one time was a two-man matchup.
Sydal hooks Rave, he's got him. He hits the Phoenix Fury leg drop on Rave, and Rave kicks out. An insult to Sal Rinauro. But Rave throwing it back into his face by kicking out.
Hopefully Matt Sydal calls on move something else.
German suplex by Gordy. He's won many matches with this, but Sydal kicks out.
He didn't win this one. All three athletes really gutting it out. Everybody dusting off their A game, as you might expect for a match as so high profile as this at a show that is perhaps the most high profile arrangement of matches in WILDSIDE's history.
Rave has got booked as the Disco 2000. 2 count again, Gordy kicks out. Rinauro celebrating prematurely on the outside. Generally not the only thing he's known for doing prematurely, but we won't go there.
How would you know that?
Locker room hearsay, my man.
Hey, quit reading those walls. And Jimmy Rave positioning Matt Sydal in a most unfortunate position. Sydal trying to shove Rave off, but there's not much power left presently in Matt Sydal. Sydal, though, a few swipes, whatever it takes to get Rave off, and that seems to do the trick.
Sydal going to the top, Bo walking over Jimmy Rave, and a nasty Hurricanrana on Gordy. Put the running knee on the Sydal, and Sydal's eliminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Sydal has been eliminated.
Amazing.
Tell you what, bad break for Matt Sydal. What is Rave doing? What's Rave got wrapped up around his hand?
It's like he's taking out one of the laces of his boot.
He's choking out Ray Gordy with one of the laces from his boot. Boy, Jerry Lawler, call your service. Oh, what happened to King Rod? Well, unfortunately, referee Speedy Nelson not paying attention to a devastating choke that Jimmy Rave is doing on Ray Gordy and covering up his dirty work like a good criminal would.
You can see Gordy's face is turning purple. And Speedy Nelson has no clue that Jimmy Rave is completely choking him out and cutting off his circulation with that boot lace.
Boy, Jimmy Rave not even scheduled for this matchup. He's going to win it. He's going to steal this match and win it.
Certainly looks that way. Rinauro.
I don't know where Gordy's getting this breath from. Oh, well, whatever little breath he had is gone now. Jimmy Rave had just stuffed that shoelace in his mouth. Oh, that's a trick I have not seen Rock. Last time I saw Rock Hunter using it in the 60s. Yes, I'm a relic, regardless. Jimmy Rave now zooming in for the kill. I'm not quite sure how much left of Ray Gordy there is.
Rinauro again. Nelson's going to have to get rid of this guy.
And Rave once again choking out Gordy with that bootlace. Oh man! Who would have ever thought that the bootlace of Jimmy Rave would have been the fourth man in this three-way matchup?
And there you see the pain on Gordy's face again, choking him out. If he does not get out of this, or Nelson doesn't find the illegal object, this may be all for Ray Gordy, folks. There's one.
Oh, come on, Ray, fight back. Yes, Ray is fighting back. Ray would hate to go down on the feet in such a high-profile matchup under such chicanery that Jimmy Rave was bringing to the table here. Obviously, a Sal Rinauro thought. And Gordy firing back with a pair of elbows.
Shoots Rave off the ropes, ducks under, and Rave's got it again.
Definitely old school Southern wrestling tradition, going for the choke under such conditions here. I think that Jimmy Rave is up there, kind of similar sort of skullduggery in various other organizations.
2 count.
Boy, that was barely a kick out by Gordy.
That was discretionary at Nelson, but the shoulder did appear to be off the canvas. Whew.
Don't think Gordy's up to too many more of those kind of kickouts, though.
That might have been the last one he had left.
That was without a doubt. It looks like this match is definitely going Jimmy Rave's way. And a choke that was within the eyesight of a Speedy Nelson.
And now Rinauro with the bootlace. Damn it, man.
Referee Speedy Nelson would definitely be within his right to throw Salvatore Rinauro out of the building here because of his involvement in this matchup here. Pin attempt. Well, Gordy is able to kick out. Quite a testament to the one-time Pearl of the Enterprise now going it alone. Which is a shame. I guess at the moment Ray Gordy could use something like an out gets to the ringside to counter Sal Rinauro. And going back to the well one more time. Jimmy Rave with that bootlace again around the neck of Ray Gordy. I think Speedy Nelson has been involved in more conversation with Sal Rinauro than he's been involved in officiating this matchup.
Gordy's in a lot of trouble. He's been in trouble before, but one would have to think that you can only take so much of this.
Speedy Nelson to check in that arm. Oh, dear. Nope, Ray Gordy's out. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The winner of this contest, the international superstar, Jimmy Rave.
I tell you, I'm a little pissed off, Steve.
Well, you should be. You should be.
To have the career of a guy like Ray Gordy. Wait a minute.
Referee Speedy Nelson's inquiring as to the bootlace. Why would there be a bootlace? Speedy Nelson asking the crowd what's going on here. Maybe you should ask Ray Gordy what's going on. Ray was a first-hand participant. A one-time senior official of NWA WILDSIDE. Speedy Nelson has taken Jimmy Rave to task. And yes, for this match to be restarted.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Speedy Nelson has restarted this contest.
And he's taking Salvatore Rinauro out of the picture. Thank heavens. Good idea, Speedy. Should have done that earlier on. Go, Sal. Delta's ready when you are. on Matt Sydal, sending Sal Rinauro, what else? Nose first, into the apron.
Well, Matt Sydal gets rid of Rinauro. Wait a minute, roll up by Gordy. 2 count.
And Ray Gordy finding some source of inspiration and a big pile of energy opening up now on Jimmy Rave. Oh, a big bat drop. And the international superstar feels like he should be traveling internationally at the moment.
Off the ropes he goes. Rave gets the knee up to the face, goes for a clothesline. Gordy ducks. Brings him over with a water wheel suplex, hook of the leg. 2 count.
Ray Gordy somehow, some way, finding some life left in those lungs.
Gordy putting Rave on the top. What's Gordy going for here? Rave fighting it off. Forearm shot to the face.
And both Ray Gordy and Jimmy Rave now duking it out on the northwestern corner of the ring. A headbutt. Something new from Jimmy Rave. As now Rave's focusing in, zeroing in on Ray Gordy.
And the running knee off the top. That's gonna do it. No!
Gordy in a last-ditch effort, able to roll his shoulder, clearly not able to kick out after that flying knee off of that top rope. Very impressive from Jimmy Rave. As Rave, I'm sure this time, is wondering what it's going to take to put Ray Gordy down for a 3 count. Without the benefit of a bootlace, I should point out.
Rave and Gordy again perched on the top rope here. Very dangerous and high-risk area. Gordy's got him hooked here. What's this gonna be? Ray Gordy off the top, exploder suplex.
And a super exploder suplex at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Ray Gordy.
Remarkable effort on the part of Ray Gordy. To be able to think on your feet such as that, a one-on-one matchup between himself and Matt Sydal, as it's a tall order indeed. But by putting Jimmy Rave in the equation, boy, thinking on your feet, with that for the first time without the presence of Al gets to the ringside, quite an accomplishment from Ray Gordy, as Last Rites of NWA WILDSIDE continues.